raka ne senebe ya obetimi anya wosu gyina bia na sebe odi bebo ho ana obetu ho fo so opese wuti anomon bi ewo ebia divorce ana abanti na sese wo hu na wo de ide wo de abo ho ban wo amra aka ni mu enti na you are welcome. Yeah, best cause we discuss say land and property issues and area to so in Ghana and enti I would share my screen and then concentrate on topics and I say issues are relevant to yenga yewo amanone ha obi oriti wo UK, any part in Europe, Ghana so a ne ehia pa no na ebe nde yebekoso yebekaka ho nsem enti I've shared my screen and land property issues in Ghana, what you must know and do. And then say, Madam did Mrs. Joyce, Attah Jenfi. Now, Patron, me person make sense to say, Mary, a program, a yedi a chre any legal advice to anybody. Into me, Patron, me the sake vietnary to so. So, what case meti say American way into wage na so educatua na mumbi. A legal information, I'm there, Senebeya obehu se na obedam ho afa emisesebe obi pe legal advisor emra kwanso no yenya yenim se na esese eye okay enti se na yenim no emra na ekura bibie mu wiase mu bibie bia whether we know it or we don't know it, we see it or we don't see it no eye emra na ekura mu enti Ghana no mra edaho ana operating law no eye Lands Act away in 2020 a friend act 1036 and Krabata ehwe so a lands commission na ehwe nema nsasini nyina so and the lands commission no metre mo na ehihye ase na Ghana so em say yeni me be vested land aban nsase na opese auto asase so obi wo ho a also opese onya asase wa brochiri te na brochite freehold Ghana mremu no say ye atwa freehold mu say won't mean to asase no waka say eye wo de kra asase nyina ye leasehold enti me ba mo cho ukoba bi no hini bi reka kire wo say obema o eye freehold no return ama wa especially we are non-citizen. The law gives you 50 years. Into me patro, I know they are very, very important information. I'm a person with the better mutrim. I had to say America had auto assassi a freehold. Normally, mortgages are and I didn't a freehold. I want the crack. What me to your mortgage? We are assassinating what the any darling now. Ghana, they money also saying a maho coinsa. Want me to assassin crack. Obenya lease. And depending on whether you are a citizen or a non-citizen, no, it will determine the rights that you can have in a particular piece of land. Ghana, although a kromuno, Greater Accra Regional in Crime Wono, a title registration. I think we've discussed some of those things needed up. The rest of the country, they tetedina near what documents in about near register the amount. But title registration, the yema land certificate, and that goes through some particular processes. Medi aware semi be tumu kakra fi se eno na ya na ehia pa aware sem na ade ene yeriken kan yemfi no se na bia ye be dan yen property safa eno na ehia it is mercy so that I say we are non-citizen. You have only 50 years. Last discussion I me say ebi o ho for Kofi Mensa bibia kire se wodin Ghana ni din ana we Ghana ni mapa now so Abrabonti say nkrata wukura no ema wo ye non-citizen bitu mufo se wo ko Ghana sanko wachi kojo first ko file birth certificate na ko ye wo Ghana card enye sa evidence a will produce for citizen no eye say wo nye Ghana ni enti eno no you will be treated as a non-citizen a bibia sebe wo kinki here obroni beka wo do bobia bia kire so wo ye Ghana ni but because of the evidence of a passport and a krata will cry your mind be dignity no because we onye Ghana and your rights will only be limited to 50 years. It doesn't matter how the contract is made. And fahuna indenture na ya throw say 99 years, 60 years, 50, 70 years or whatever. what the bus over by register near my title, it will be changed into a 50-year lease. It's very important. One in Crawford, sorry, company, the details of the law, they say the fact that we are Ghana ni woman and no interest say obet me ma one Crawford in Anya a 19-year lease in the property. No, there is a certain percentage, SSA Ghanaians need, and sana it will be considered a Ghanaian company, and therefore the rights of a Ghanaian citizen. What the bedding, what the beman. And ne hear me so we yen komoboy mu and say, and me say pain pino ye warrior. Na yenim no ebi ho can say engagements. Abrofo mu no engagement na nye amamrade eye promissory o hye wa hye nso de say enne Mrs. so say wo gemi tumu oberima na anase obi ani gemi tumu a oye obede ye be ware eye promissory. But Ghana engagement no, it's actually customary marriage. A customary marriage. Yen na ye hu say pempi no wo kona okoye knocking. We are knocking ni wia na efe abusuafo ama wo mre a oberima na chifu no be den aba be hia obia na chifu no na wo de niema abusua ne bisai no bride price ne niema nyina aye den aba na eno no a customary marriage. Customary marriage a aware in every way, but that customary marriage no emma oberima no kwan say otimi ware emia ne bi ka wo ho me patcho yen hye ne nso. Customary marriage no so will register. It's mo betimi akọ AMB akọ register KMA takrade baby amwo no akọ register. It does not make it an ordinance marriage. It does not make it an ordinance marriage. Ordinance marriage ye aware asebi yenim ewo krom ha no obia na oberima baako pe wo ko ware bi ka ho a wato mra wotimechiw. Enti aware wa ha bia de it is deemed as ordinance, matrimonial ordinance. Wo obia bi ni ho kwan biom se den obeka ho wato mra. Enti se wa anye wo ordinance marriage ewo Ghana hu se oberima no mra ma ne ho kwan se den o ware bi ka ho. Enti ebi wo ho a ebinom ware customary marriage na boko register as a customary marriage no ewo ebia yenkran a Accra Metropolitan Assembly ho. Ne sam se woko sensan ni nti no eya na ye obia ne se yakọ sensan enti eye ordinance marriage there be enti sa enti me pamocho eya moma ye esese wunya santi ase na wo hu your position obi so aware no owo aware na efe ne dondo ana ye wo was ye tanim se wo ye wa sorry den mu no so was ayewe ni bia wo san be to so say customary marriage customary wife webumra me pa mcho mo me enhye ne nso enti obi o se owo ne Mrs. no emra ma ho kwan se osan koy den okoware obia bi ka ne ho bio enti se wo ne oberima bi nam na wonim se owo yire a hu se all my customary marriage ne kra you have no rights ewo den ordinance marriage mu se na Ghana mra na ye ne se wo ye Mrs. wo nye Mrs. wo oberima ne property de wo ma ewo ho kwan se wo be den marima ne mba enti mbo abofra bia ye oberima ne dede owo ho chefa se obeye den obenya property ana legacy ewo oberima ne property sim. But so ordinance marriage no onipa kone wo Mrs. Emrane mawo obia na why your customary marriage no ho kwan se obey den when a Mrs. na ebe pray ejapade ho wo ma they have a right to the man's property but wo obia no wo ni kwan se oni oberi Mrs. na be den ebe pray property ho da ebe can divorce no mesan etisu na machirechire mu na mrane kase ese de ebia esese wo ye enti me pamocho se mokwa akoware a ebia na esese wo so oberima no so wo amanomne a ese odio akrata bi betro se bia he's divorced one fasa akrata na mba mbekire na mo ba na mo be sa customary marriage and obey ordinance marriage po a wotimi bogu emremu and me pamocho moma yen hye so if you say aware na wo ye ene na ma wunya property rights property bi a wanyam
am pachomet me bi so asem bako
you
wo kan asem bi a e kamia e say nipa bebre nhye de nim sa asem no say wo be ware ofie na wasan ya register wo wo fra hoden registrar general no e mo berima no ho kwan mo tumi ware bi kan sa na te
you
enti mo amutie mi na mo nim sa de no ntokwa bebrebe na oberima akofo oba bi na find the question hu no lawyer si se nipa no oye ho ade ofie no san ko register wo registrar general kra na or ho kwan so san ware foforo. I'm not saying say you should go and do it, but I'm just telling you because we need to know. Lawyer me that's it.
You enem se sana we bi senti no ye beso akoso akasa asem ni bio me say ye wo ordinance marriage eno no na ye tai hu se wo ye wo asori dem mu na ade wo koye ordinance marriage so wo ye wo AMA entine se wo na se hu nsunsun ye wo mu ntina me bese se mpempi no se na wo bi sai ne nana enkrofo bi no eye won se wo ye engagement na se wie na woko registrar general ana AMA ho no ekose woko sign na ye won say ya kosan sign ebi papa bi sum so ye kosan sign ye yes registration of that customary marriage na mo kosan sign na just registration of the customary marriage na no emra kire say oberi man wo ho kwan so timi ware 2 3 4 wives sebe send ope edeka ho another marriage so Mohammedan marriages no Mohammedan marriages na one religious mrano na eden ekre na one religious mrano ma one kwan so ware 2 or more women but if they choose to do an ordinance marriage na kire say then obia no berima pe it doesn't matter what religion you may be professing. Enti wontimi nka se oye kramuni sebe ewo krom ha na ebia why ordinance marriage awie if you just go and do ordinance marriage in kwade na hu say ordinance marriage is deemed to be a man and a woman only one properties a wonya no imrani say ye den won be no one dia enti ube Ghana wo friend is a side chick ube side chick na sebe wonya ye funu oberima ne be ye ho ade a hu say Okono register ukra na no why and say what register as a customary wife. Na no crapo emra ma ho kwan sa but we call register. Enti hu se me pamocho so oberima bi wo hu se na fie do etnim 40 years na ade na nkomobo mu na no ono anka support so hu se e bia no ne obi nam na also on ware ni bioma ese so ordinary divorce den pepe seba na wo hu se we divorce and it said papa de nsare hyase no so me ba na roko ema ochena bi obia foforo bi enye den embe ha na adwen ejapade so bi oni oberima ne bekọ akonya no emremu no oni oberima ne dia na maka so say customary marriage emofra wo mu nyina de they have a right to the man's property. They have a right to the man whether ordinance marriage or customary marriage no abofra ne oberima ne ba. The child has a right to it, but not the customary married wife. This may be court to lay claim say ebia that he mean a toy in actual fact. Okay. More questions about a bit me my then so more na then it's near the monkita. And quickly, last commission send make kind your baby a what your taxes, your fair Holland Valuation Board, send a any motor asasi be out your own tax kakra, stamp duty. So what was it done was so what your stamp duty was so assassin so the bigger the property, the more money you pay. And now a buyer's assessment so problem public invested lands management division. Now baby I map where do man so for survey and mapping. Me and patrol mention some pen coffee baby or draftsmen. Professionally, no, they are not qualified. It's my patron Morocco. I am more modern surveyor. No boy a dinde, but on no obey Juman send a set a diama. Only our land registration division. Baby, I am a land certificates, no, I won't cry. And now say what registrants are say and general over the whole country. And quickly, at the internet, Ghana nsɛm asasensɛm ɛdɔɔso no woto asase a you don't have the peace of mind and a security of title sɛ na yɛka no ɛwɔ borɔfo mu no adanti a yɛakeka bi but mɛbɔ so ntɛmtɛm na yɛde adi nkɔmmɔ no mpɛn pii no ɛyɛ asase korɔ no na obiara repere saa asase no na wo nana bi ɛdɔɔso saa asase korɔ no na ɛyɛ abusuade a wɔde maa wo nana saa asase korɔ no nso na abusua no kɔgye ɛwɔ ɔhene bi hɔ nti saa asase korɔ no na obiara ɛdɛn ɛrepere nti sɛ wadɔ wɔ asase bi so na wate sɛ ɔhene bi atɔn a naturally wo bubefu because then the chief is taking your source of livelihood from you nti na nkra mmara mu no ɛsɛ sɛ ɔhene ne bɛ ka kyerɛ wo se oh ɛme sɛ nkurɔfo bi pɛ sɛ bɛtɔ wɔ asase a wodɔ so no o ma ho kwan sɛ yɛbɛyɛ ne saa na ɛnyɛ saa na ɛba no nse na ɛma problems bebree ba ne sɛ ɔhene ne retɔn no na abusua nso retɔn a wɔn nyinaa nim na obi reyɛ nti wobɛhwɛ no na obi adi obi kan wo nipa ko no kɔ register pɛ na ɛdɛn ayɛ hintidua nti wo a wotɔ free family no hɔ wokɔ register obi a ɔkɔtɔ free ɔhene no hɔ no ɔbɛba no na wo family land na wokɔ register no ayɛ hintidua ɛde ama no na last this year bon nkɔmmɔ no mekaram sɛ judgment ɛna sɛ the structure of the court nti no sɛbi obi etimi kɔ court sɛ ɔyɛ den asase bi yɛ ne dea na whether we like it or not either the plaintiff and as onipa ko ɔde na asɛm se kɔɛ no ɛna onipa ko original wɔrebɔ no kɔ edu no wɔn nyinaa a judge will declare one of them as the owner of the land. And from asase no one edi so manso bebree, the judge will proclaim one of them as the owner of the land. Okra saa judgment no de ko police for wa. Okra way demolition order wobebe bebubu wodan because okra judgment, and I've said it already. Worobo ho modern day ye na ya bo nyema ye bekeka wo ho na papers ye betro, but that is one of the major problems, court judgment on same lands in Ghana. And a bi wo so atete no nkrofo toto nsase a won aye den won register. Enti e bi wo ho a or document no so e bia na wo ne drawer mu. Na tete no so na ye ni abefo machine a etimi peke plot documents no. Se na Google and ultimi bo address na ekra obibie wo no na saa nema ni ni ho nti na ye old registration na ye document no wo register but enya asase no but yen hye so ebi wo ho na wo register document no but na enya asase no wo register nti in the 70s na ade no bebre no na asase no bebre wo ade won register but okohwe wo din wo lansa ebia na nana ni din eni ho enti mepa mo cho mo wo old document mo nananom document bi wo ho a wo de ama mo through a will and a property be acquisition be a co na ko check wo lands with present day barcoded plan na hwe se wo papa ana wo nana asase bi oto 1970 1960 no e wo ni din mu ana eni ni din mu ana se se wo ye de wo ko na wo register edema no na mpempi no so abanje nsase bebre a na compensation se bi so ho a won atua no wo tua ni won tua ni na ban no ahemfo no feel say they have a right to it enti be ko baby wo bebre o won kran a very popular place metimi a chemu Abekan La Pass a honum ni na a government acquisition a wo je say what the bed National Sports Complex but obi eni wo den document also but a whole chrome ye na ye nim so whole chrome eti apamocho mo kwa akoye thoughts asina the fact will be the no ekeka nsem de kire mo nsem se mamomfo aso ye ka de bia so mesi so dua se mepamocho monye search no with an accurate plan barcoded plan and san matter asase no obi kan de memfa anya asem we sidan wo sidan wo memfa anya asem ko wona worobo ho ban because one anya sa wo sika wo mre structures are obeying nan obey na we need document also so that's why then wonder in me say quickly we'll go to the next topics they discuss it baby me say then na chese we Ghana ni wodin foforo no wo ho krata e wo Ghana say wo chese say we Ghana ni ana asase na woreto ama wo nkwa wo ho or retirement woreto ama wo ne wo kunu wo ne wo yire woreto ama extended family ana sane many na say adwendwen ho na de ebi wo ho ase na make am last week and the last 2 weeks here discussion make dem say ebi wo kwa spend about $500,000 e wo property bi so ebi wo layout ni ho e wo baby ntutu na nam so facilities ni ho wontimi nya wifi woni electricity wo but you have spent about 500,000 cedis na sika no so do ko ni na ho say chrome ha no they keep record of everything So long as you wire it, they have a record of it. Or China people back to say, "Oh, yeah, rules here show." Now so the sika call Ghana ko say. Let me be say, "It is sad that na we see no. Ebi away the 60, ebi away the 70, and son of Kwaku says a 6-bedroom house. And pa a palace, what bra wa bre. But what your development and how long you are going to stay and enjoy it. Ebi o man worry mam it na sa dan nimo. Inti ebi a why then. Na ne amene be ma o then 80 years. Inti na ebi what's na dan nimo, bet na dan nimo 10 years. You have not got the value of your investment in that land. Also, I want to mean Airbnb ya abe because see dan say won kwa na retinimu. Enti want me nya in such a way say where then ube mo bia be then abetinimu no wetimi nya bibi kakrapo e de afimu na why then when we kupu sika and when you sika bi wo you can rent it out. Enti mama sa adwene na embro ma ye ntrim na de bi na me bisa ni na ehia ne say ube bisa say am I spending the rest of my years in America here or I want to relocate to in Ghana? And boa and among I said then ubetu and a foot so I be obebisa near me aboa necessary way and you will be better off buying in a gated community, gated estate at real estate companies need be say what you be. That's one you have the peace of mind. They say Sebe as that so there is a company what you want to register so you have a 2-bedroom house out. You can go to any time you go to Ghana and it will say at that point.
Lawyer.
Yes. Mpacho.
Yes.
Yeah.
At network radio so Sabrino Mami lawyer Ewa Hanum Wasimisano anything.
Me after I mean to be prominent the akwasupo.
Hey, you know the affair.
And
Mami system. Kwaya offer so a register say kwaya offer so top property. Obi Attah as you nimpo says say or register no nyane document ni oni dia ni say when your site plan. Na we yin adwene fi so. Ochi no bi ba no no betwe ho man so a. Who ni ho idea how our nipan betumi agi fi no same. These are some of the things we are talking about and after divorce cases in the morning. Sa nimudie no ho asem nti na lawyer e wa ha no. And they say untie idea and san ko back na kona ko tie na sam price. Obegina so abetumi gina so no weti. Lawyer ene to asema. Who go tie?
I mean here where
who betumi gina so no weti. Amanfo be ba so betumi so akọ no akotie de chi no wasen aba mu bia opebia no you are fine because
okay and mami kwatie
difference be na gina so neti lawyer kasa ko no tie
welcome to the discussion as someone send me can let me say unka chi ubenya baby won here be den ye be keka ni mu
obekwa bank so a enye hwe why edi time obese obemu a obetumi attest ni afro but why
yan komodini mu no so me kan say Ghana no enti se krom ha so waka say wo babes ye estate wo baby a or the underground sewage playground nema na we markets malls na adihihye mu no mpempi no ahemfo no ene abusua no wotons ase na layout ni ho Lands Commission mra ana aban mra kyerese nkese se wo yesa na ema no but ebi wo ho a no wontimi nye de wontimi nye nwie na ntokon nso e wo mu no nso nti no ebi wo ho asase ba ko no abusua bi de oberima no wo yire head of family no wo yire 2 or 3 enti na obehwe na wife A ono ne man no akoye layout na wife B nso ma akoye layout na road ewo ba ko layout so no bia estate ewo bi layout so enti bo behwe no na den obi lorry kwan ekosho obi fi and say I mean all sorts of problems are ubenya. It is not a well planned layout. Into what's now broaching a very nice estate. We bisa say aha layout or na layout or home kwa dia na mrame kasa esese what this asasine ye no eno na emrachesi esese we me be discussing we so na me say ehun hia bebre nti me pamcho mo forma dream bra last year reading common me catch them say yeton sase na the way nga dream mu an say me kwa akota sase ebia what is sase you need about 50,000 Ghana cedis 100,000 Ghana cedis no beto assassin. And none your assassin bo. Now so enye na here was assassin ho nyina na eden say sika ne beden ebetimi aye. Enti mature ma dey to say cost of land purchase. There is a cost to it. Ebi o ho a ye kan obrofum say transactional cost and as operational cost. Enti me pamucho ye ma ye nuanom adesua ne say won bo aye na ye nto assassin.
I can hear it.
Masika ne bi enka ho at least 10%.
Lawyer, me boy. Yeah, Andrea.
Yes.
A lawyer is here. A lawyer is trying to educate us when it comes to buying lands or registering your property and all that. You have been to Ghana before, and virtually, I mean, you knew some of the issues that in Ghana. You have friends that also want to go to Ghana and buy properties and other things, but then you need, or you and your friends need certain education when it comes to things like that. And that is why lawyer is here to educate us how to go by, because some people are very handicapped when it comes to things like this. And that is why we are here today. Is there any question that you want to ask pertaining to such a thing?
Yes. The main thing I needed to know was, do you have to be a citizen, like naturalized, in order to gain access to buying property?
Okay. I mean, lawyer, that is her question. She says she's an American citizen and she's been going to Ghana back and forth. And she wanted to find out, even though she has been to Ghana before, she wanted to find out, do you have to be a citizen of Ghana before you purchase a land or own a land in Ghana?
Thank you very much. I think the name is Andrea, right?
Yes, Andrea.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrea, for the question.
From Chicago.
Chicago.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in and listening. It's a very important question. I think I would just want to explain to you the difference. We all can acquire land in Ghana, but depending on who you are, either a citizen or a non-citizen, will determine the rights that you have in that particular piece of land. And the most important thing is the term of years you will get. By our constitution, a non-citizen, please, the differentiation, a non-citizen can only have a 50-year lease in a particular piece of property.
Oh.
In a landed asset, 50 years. So when you are naturalized, you are a citizen. And we all know at another program, I'll go through the process of becoming a citizen of Ghana.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes, I'll do that. Go through this to become a citizen of Ghana. So I think the most important information for you today is that you can purchase property in Ghana, but because you are not a citizen, your right in that land.
Let me say something. Her husband, I think he have 3 kids with a Ghanaian. How about that too?
Well,
she still has to be a citizen. She still has to be a Ghanaian citizen, but she can still buy for that 15 years.
Let me just explain.
Okay.
The marriage does not make you a citizen. Being married to a citizen of Ghana does not make you an automatic citizen of Ghana. You would have to go through.
I've been trying to do that. I was gonna recently talk with him about joining me in Ghana this December, because it's over 25 years that I wanted to have legally marry in Ghana, like to go and register the marriage in Ghana, because I was told by his family that I would never be really accepted unless I do the Ghanaian rights. If that makes sense. I don't know if that meant just like traditional rights.
All right. The marriage, I will say, is the first step. Is the first step. The law requires you that you would have to have been married for a certain number of years. You'd have had to be married to the Ghanaian for a certain number of years before you would go through our immigration processes to become what? A citizen. So yes, the marriage, you are married to a Ghanaian, but that does not make you a citizen of Ghana. So you can buy property, but you would have a 50-year lease. The law also gives us the option of either dual citizenship, which you can apply. But if you want to go through the route of marriage, which a lot of people do, then you would have to go through the law pertaining to it, complete the appropriate forms at immigration, at the immigration office, have all the requirements that is required before you become what? A citizen of Ghana. I would check through the law, or you can call me and I'll go through the details of the law as to how you can become a citizen of Ghana after you marry a Ghanaian. So please, the fact that you are going to marry now and you immediately buy property does not make you a citizen of Ghana. So the husband can have a 99-year lease interest in the land, but your interest will be limited to only 50 years. Only 50 years. So I would advise that wait, become a citizen of Ghana before you purchase property with him. Then you can both have either a 99-year lease or whatever interest the person is what selling to you.
Oh my God. For the Africans that are in diaspora, you know, going to Ghana specifically to live there, is there, I know you're gonna have this on a different platform, you said about obtaining citizenship. Is it that we have to stay there 5 to 7 years before Ghana consider us to even apply?
Before you apply for citizenship, you, like I said, you can go to Ghana right now and buy property. You can, but that you will just have a 50-year lease in the property you are buying.
Yeah, if I could.
Andrea, is that clear?
That was something where even our grandchildren, right, will still have that house. So you see how it is in the States where I can leave behind, you know, my property, right? You still have to pay the taxes, but then the ownership will go to my kids or my kids' kids. So those kids will probably still be in USA, you know, working, carrying on the income to sustain, you know, Ghana. But we're trying to work out something more so for the future, because there's been people there since the 90s, but somehow some of them have not been lucky, you know, to maybe either marry to have the assistance and purchasing the properties, I guess, really to kind of know. It's been weird. Like, weird things have happened, some kind of bad stories, even when it comes to land and deeds. I don't want to tell somebody's business too much, but is it true that you have to go through sometimes some chiefs, like traditional people, to acquire stuff? I'm just nosy about that because that was a question someone gave to me that I never really share with anybody. But I'm trying to be nosy a bit about some properties that may have been difficult for people to get, like somebody duped them out the money because it was really not legal, if you understand what I'm saying.
Andrea, I would advise that you take my number and then I would be able to go through your concerns with you. Ghana lands are owned by either chiefs, families, or individuals. So depending on who you are buying the land from, that will determine how the transaction will go. So yes, chiefs also have lands that they give out,
and then they came through. They made it, but it's still a lot of difficulties in the back. So yeah, definitely. Then we'll exchange numbers so I can.
Yeah, so
refer them to.
So Andrea, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you lawyer number. I mean, if you have a pen right now, you can put it on a paper. Then you call her afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So her number is 302.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, 302.
302 373 4838.
Okay.
You got it?
Then I got. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can call her afterwards, and then you take your time and ask her whatever questions you want, because I know you have 3 kids that from Ghana. So definitely, if you want to own something in Ghana, there should be a way out. And lawyer,
definitely. So Andrea, your children have a Ghanaian father.
Yeah. The kids have a Ghanaian father. Yeah.
And he even has property in Ghana, but unfortunately for me, we've been in the States, and so he did naturalize in 2011 for our citizenship. So I was wondering, what rights do we? Well, I know I have no right, but even him, do he really have a right because he purchased that land even when he was under the name he came. But when we naturalized here, he changed the name. They give the right to change the name. And so I'm wondering, how do you even do that? So yeah, I'll definitely have you help us and hire her.
Don't worry, I would break it down for you and you would know what you have to do. If only he has documents on the land, he will know. I will let you know how he has to go about it, because if only the land is there and maybe he built on it, it's still his land. He just has to go through the necessary processes so that we get the document in his present name, depending on the evidence of citizenship he wants to use. The evidence of citizenship he wants to use. Yeah, I think that's the key question. So I will discuss it with you and then we will know what we have to do. So the basic thing is that if you're a Ghanaian or you're a citizen, and everybody can be a citizen of a country, just as we all are citizens of America now. So you can go and become a citizen, but there's a legal process for doing that. Even if you are married to a Ghanaian citizen, there is a legal process of doing that. You must have married for about 5 years, stayed in the country for a period of time, and all that. Then you can be given your citizenship, and then you can have the full rights of property in Ghana. Otherwise, you are a non-citizen, and therefore you cannot have the full rights of a citizen in Ghana. I think that will do for the discussion for now. So I would expect your call in the course of the week, and we would go through the law and we'll see how I would assist you.
I don't think America honors the dual citizen. I don't think you can be a Ghanaian and American, or can you?
You can, but I think it's a bit of details that I would want to discuss with you personally. The law makes room for dual citizenship, so you can appropriate it.
She may like to appropriate it behind the scene, and so that she will have more time to talk to you about it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for calling in, Andrea. Thank you, and don't worry, everything will be all right.
If you want to stay on the line, that is fine. If you want to go back and listen to the radio, that is okay. Afterwards, you can call lawyer. Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll go back and listen.
Yeah, everything will be okay. Don't you worry.
Don't worry, okay?
I appreciate it.
Your kids are our kids, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Andrea from Texas. Those of you who also want to call can also call me to me a friend. I'm a lawyer or Hanuman Chenim Reno. So you will break a cry away half of the time. No, you can also chip in to ask your questions. On the screen, also no. Yes, sign our details. You know, so I'm a lawyer. Idea goes into 662-609-3624. We are discussing about how to purchase land in Ghana, how to register your properties in Ghana, and aside that, lawyer is a versatile. You know, she also talk about how to divorce and properties and sharing properties when it comes to divorce cases and other things. You know what I'm saying? So. Lawyer is here, 662-609-3624. The number 2 is on the screen. 302-373-4838. You can also call her privately to discuss anything about lawyer. Mpacho to Asumaya.
Yo, so I say, na yeri di hon komo say ni ade a ehun hia na me pese me ye de adwen ebeba ho. Ene say,
okay.
Impempi no ye ma ye nuanom namfo. Na de eton sase mayen ne kwan so ani na so anhwe ya obe na de entawantawa aba if se bi wo ho a asase ne kutu ne sika no nko na eden woredwen ho or that is what you plan for ne ka ho ne beka say incidental expenses in the everyday language. Incidental expenses na ye mfa no sheda amfa anka ho. And said, Nana Becca, the koto blocks in tentem if you are out of blocks because we visibly see the blocks. But if you are you be tria masons, the artisans, Missicano, then Ayeka, and me pamucho some discussion be a mechanic say planets. Plan. One. Obisu or ba Ghana cry. I don't think it's a good advice to say Wuma Ghana da. Anybody who's not been to Ghana, it will just be good for you to go there to be a tourist. Go see the land with a group of Ghanaian friends if you have some friends there, or you can join somebody from here to go to Ghana for even if it's just 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Try and explore the land, and then you would have a feel of where you would want to. I know people that bought property because they want to be by the seaside. So when you go, you try and go to the coastal areas and see how you can buy land all the way through to second D. You can be able to purchase lands there. If you want a bit of the hills too, you can go towards the eastern region or the Kriapim Hills. There are beautiful places there that are hilly, have good weather. It would definitely not be wise for you not to have been to Ghana before and go through somebody. There's a lot of fraud. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of insecurity in land acquisition in Ghana that you need to have your feet on the ground and you need all the advice and caution to be able to buy property in Ghana and have your peace of mind. So when you're also going to buy the property in Ghana, consider all the issues that go with acquisition of property, just as you would do here in America. You know that you have to get down payments, there are legal fees, there are even earnest fees before you even buy the property, and all those things. But because it's embedded, and I say, it sounds like how to property, what is the realtor fees, lawyer fees, whatever survey fees may even have been done before. No, what the stamp duty, cost of acquisition in our shame, no would try and precope, and as all your down payments, it is spread over a period of time, and your friend is a mortgage. No, and na ye, and if you want to cast in confonto property, my young, the idea was one say, you did say 100,000, na, you do call the cost of the land, no, and no penny here, but to send a macano, as a way, we barcoded plan, as a way, a good plan, surveyor be called. Akwa akɔhwɛ asase wo nipa ɔre ne wonere ɔnene rekɔ no ɔbɛfa car ɔkɔ obedidi owia ɛsɛ sɛ ɔkɔyɛ said there's a lot of leg work if you want to get the right things done enti me pamcho sɛ yɛnya ntiase bia wɔ nkatago a yɛreyɛ mu koraa na mepɛ sɛ yɛte ase ne sɛ yɛhu sɛ cost there is cost to buying land. Inti my for purchase price ne nkwa so okay go for you akran sase ne bo ya he no be aka so ukra 50,000 obetimi anya asase bo go for you. It's true obetimi anya but who said there are other services to be rendered obi so ne read wanim et sengara then you must take care of the person one way or the other provide money transport incidentals ni bibia or ni bi obekọ na ni bia sabi onko hini nanim kwa nti ese so de bibi share envelope mu ese so de shina pokọ or de sika kọ na eyeka nti won fa nhemu na efe ochina wunia na na se wadamfo ni so ese se mi ko ho ochina ohene na ochina na bia mitua 50,000 mana wo se enye se 50,000 kwa no kwa kutua okwa eden ese so de drink money si ho ese so de den amane e wo na ese den oye ansa na wa yeden watimi ayeden e de sika no kwa kutua no aka ama ohene ne nsa aka nti moma yenhye ne so na mfa ntawantawa ama ye ne nuanu mutem na mpempi ne so no SSA then you so nipa cry yes on boy ento asase oyo nim defo ana se o suban ono ankasa ebia we si ne dan da na if so ono ankasa nsi dan da na obi abeka bia na obeja atum but se we si ne dan da you may have gone through the processes that are required for building a house oni bebi obeko asase kra anwea pa wo si dan no differences wo enti wuni ma wo betimi akosua bibi kra de abrawa sebe wode sidan na enye papa enti mema enhye ne so eno na matwotwo bi wa ha no se esese nya saa niema nyina ye ho nti ase ansa na ye mramu pono na kesese nya power of attorney ede mo nipa kono ye den order ka che ni so onkosi dan ne ma no ochene bi asem bi ba power of attorney a wode man no kire se oje pene se obeboa wa ye adwuma bi utimi de court ye bia what the man on my den wait me agina so eje enye sa na it say we kohwehwe obi keke no roboa wo ochine bi wontimi mfa no enye den enko court registrations no so fees wo ho a wotua entimi pamocho yemfa at least 10-20% in addition to the actual cost of the price of the land na emfa nka ho eno na ebeboa na wetimi anya asumdwe na wo so sebe the process stage by stage a obeye na wetimi esi gudam no why den wetimi esi na wasundwe so aba until now the legal process is be a behwene immediately ni say initial steps barcoded plan minja ika mrani say Oreto assassin or Greater Accra region, baby, and crying one and a baby title capital now. You must get a barcoded plan. Inti me pamucho. Yen shenisu. Na yema a licensing surveyor. After that, no, there be a matron or red. Yes, search. Yes, search. Yes, search. We are when the return assassin, no capacity, no, obi ni to me. Oni to me so obede nti ukoye search na hu say busua dia na do say busua ne na say de wo hwehwe na ye den ukoto assassin fi won chen ano nipa kuna ye ne de na obekọ ne chen aka location amenities na hu so say pempi no ye plan ne de mawa ebi o wa na mashiland ana assassin ensu wom plan na range wo say e ensu assassin nti ebi o and profo cotton assassin na fe rainy season ne beba no we hu say wan to assassin papa nti ebi o obehye we num nyina so ebi so wa na assassin ye hili obi ne obi a oto assassin no se ni ma benu nche assassin ye hili land me na me say why na refa ne wo bo hu mu no why no afa wo so no nti me ma cho ya mo me nyina ye momode na ya nkasa be ya nke ye ko hu assassin no they won't send a tea and sana ye didn't sikana ko and I say I won't share no. Sena mekano price, purpose, and then your peace of mind. Into your battery so I have my chair barcoded plan no na sena maka mpem bi no.
Lawyer mpacho metumi akọje nkrato kakra ba na yato.
Yo je nkrato na bra why.
Ashefo sawope baby anase obia odi kente anase sika koko ebesiesie wo ho ama wo ho aye fana anye wo bretu echa efise at kente and fashion e wo ho ma wo ye woni yoma biti se kente lace ahemfo kente fatia fatankroma ahenuma mpaboa awenia ane sika koko senia echego wo background no so no aye de besiesie wo ama wase ohene anase ohema design chapter and one say wo betu nsa frey afei so wo ye occasion na se wo pese wo renting a new man ko baby biawa wo USA na wo de kwaye wo nsiesia and one say wo be friend na ye de be ma wo ebo a edafom afei so se wo pa obi manapam won tade ama wo ho aye fa and one at kente and fashion and unti no hwehwe ye chia kwan e 4720 7th Avenue Suite B Fargo North Dakota and I said friend wo 701-609-2142 and I say 662-609-3624 get them was
Yet damo as I'm ready to us.
You ever try so any say my skin I'm still sharing my screen into a copy of a
Enti mo amohwe no mo amohwe ni nyina no ukọ screen so mo amohwe ni nyina no behu bibia e wo so site plan oba be kan ho asem sa bre ni nti mo mentie no
you site plan on you say surveyor no yes site plan any signature also and I will share right side no so director of survey ne representative I then what approve star plan until you see two signatures also what dang plan is which here mo share screen is my circle baby red ube barcoded plan barcode also to say na ye quiet scanning no yes e was 20 o say barcoded plan why what dang pe ube hu sa barcode no so na mran so change say onipa kron return asase na ma no o sign sa plan nachi or signs are planning and son or their shame dench anymore. One sign here, what they call answer, what bed them, or they will reject it and ask you to go back. Oko hene so asabi or if you don't kono kwa obetris ka ntipacho mama yen shene nsu quickly send a search reports netin a official letter what be ma na one also official certificate result of search na onipa kuna oribisa search no if you want ma details ni na copy from PVLMD SMD say na me bobo di ni na title bibia what your government lands na bibia your plan ho adwuma ni na no obehwe na wa check it quickly mepe say maka say we make sure mo land certificate so that my dream beba so say na be a ye be hu say na land certificate netini say na land certificate nti mo amu any sense land certificate no this is a sample of land certificate and make sure copies the brem it has a cover so maybe I'll be passport cover no bones one trust passport of US or whatever, USA or Ghana, into more land certificate, the actual Ghana crest edaso. It is a property or it is emanating from a government agency. If we Ghana, and then they feel baby a registrar no assign no where the red seal is ho into ye red seal no ho. Na ofe wodin aba na ya so land certificate it mean we Ghana so ni logo no eden ewo ho na if you dan certificate na chia it gives you your friend memorials, a record, historical record kakra, and I say nkofo kwa where your transaction, you will see the names of the parties there, and abakosem bi e was asase no ho it will be written enti se me land certificate na manana na ohwe saa certificate na obie china obehu se o asase 1960 no wodema Mr. Abraham Mensah. Mr. Abraham Mensah oko na echi no oye well the man ba ni alote Mensah. Ni alote Mensah so ebi o the man ere ebia na ere na sese oreton Mrs. Mary alote Mensah na oreton ama ebia nana ana Andrea obisa enti obehu a record of it, and then a copy of the parcel plan and yet what plan na wo ye no what show certificate no mo there bi plan and survey department no and na what share certificate ni mo what plan dey show indenture ni mo what plan no show indenture ni mo enti me pa chomo mention nso enti so because we real document ye na asase no ewo nkran ade a na enka ese land certificate na eden or the trail if say one what you asase ne ka why search ni bibia indenture 4 na what the ma wo no eno na why then what they call lands commission ye be say discussion is here, but I wanted quickly to show you a land certificate after the search report na we will quickly go through it na so be so question bi a or the aba na ye hu se na ye be den ye besusu na fa na yetimi edi hu nkomo enti aha ye a bit of legal work enti bacho mama ya adwen bra so wa ha ye indenture na wo be indenture na esese ye capacity of person se woni wukunu ato as dan wo ha mo na mo capacity se mo be den mo betimi adan de amobi ana mo be establish de amobi enti onipa kunu ni tumi a oyeden oni hu kwan so sign document na sana ya kana himfo head of family and what I obi so wu a emra chesi either say or will and na this will letters of administration may explain it further enti me pa chomo mention so obi ka se o nipa kron asase ye ne de no wa ka baby pe necessary almost say two things either a will or letters of administration na say a will kwa profumuni or near friends of vesting assent na say kind last weekend say you didn't come amateur say the fact say when you kunu actor even a property will chrome hano aha mu na mo retua mortgage no eno po nkyere say we owner of the property mesane sisi due pebio because at the ntawantawa ba ochne bi obi ani mu say metua mortgage bi na so okohwe title deeds ne so na oberima ni kwan din na wo so internet chess oberima no otumi so de ma obi a ope ne ba bi anase obi owo Ghana otumi ko ware customary wife for Ghana na odi aka say otumi was asase so sense no kwan din na wo so nti otumi dam de ma etimi ba mo cho ehu hia pa say wo retua mortgage no mi pa mo cho mo re closing mo ko close deal no ana mo re closing no wo sign ni bia na one sign ni bia na won ye owner of the joint owner of the property and I'm also my whole coin say yes mutimi to asase bom wo no adamfo wo no wonu ebi to asase bom na normally no na tenant in common the chefa was asase wo so chefa wo asase wo ko wachi a wo chefa etimi ko wabusua ono so ne chefa ekọ na busua na say joint owners a you will be can say right of survivorship e your brofotintin but the chair ni say wo ni wo kunu no wo ye ne sa okunu no dan na chi a e obia ne dia obia no so dan na chi a e oberima ne dia well and I say paper who be enya if you say we are joint owners and then I make us say ya mu lawyer na brofo betro no a protect wo interest kakra ya te na ye wi a me say interest there are limits what to assassin won't mean call Ghana and waka so 30-acre land say won't share at the crown of the koye. As I would say, be all the cocoa farm, koye palm factory, rubber plantation be. Now soon to me go 30-acre farm, waka say, it's a speculation. Or train 20 years in which you trust Attah Debbie. And man now limits us to more or less 10 plots or 4 acres of land. It's one so. Ya cancel it down. So when you're citizen, about your mommy and so. When you're citizen, obey me a frog question mensa, and so now when you're citizen of Ghana, and dear qua, who we are, and a document to a better tender, yet me and your document, na yet me processing. Na meka se ohene no kwa kotua wonu abi na rekwa ka che no ontwa photo ochene bi eno na ebe den ebe ya hyensude ede ama ebe ya atwen worokọ Ghana wankasa afahye bi anase owu bi aba wo de kan bom na wakọ ohene no ho ana no reton no na wankasa wagina mu bi efise ochene bi asem ba onipa ko ton ma no ebia na oni ho efe na won chede ni documents then will let you prove your ownership of that land and as obeka abakosem na ema wotimi to asase no nefe uhwehwe esimesi nso ebie na asimesi oni ho efe na obi say esimesi na wanye search na wanye receipt wanye we intime pacho the law says caveat emptor wa oreto no asudi wo so say obeye dem obehwe ni yi adekun ba ko so e makrofo documents won't be process or lands they say it's na what car now so when you title deeds of the car e wo kroma na wa sorry akọ DVL ho enti bi ba mucho obi sorry ton asase or document ese so ma sa document no wa ton krakra land certificate no po ese so down the mam if you say wo call land ese na maka no car no say wato ebia wo the receipt aba but ahyenso de just onipa ko reton ama no wo de no e wo hemfa enti pempi no kofo the one document collance if any akash won say corner cover document just say make Joyce Attah asas made na atwentwen so if say bi wo no nipa ko ntwa stamp duty e bi wo ho a real estate company no ntwa stamp duty na mramu no ntwa stamp duty won't mean fa sa document won't tender wo court ntwa stamp duty so won't mean fa ka document ne ho say title deeds na wetin dey akọ lands inti ampa bia real estate company na ato asase no won asidan na adi na wo so stamp duty an kese say wo tua wo asase no so won tua inti won timi fa asade den document number na bia won wo je 100 acres 200 acres inti na if any tua na ayede inti be kono so cobra ochina now so like then what do document akọ until they pay the stamp duty, they cannot bring that document to the lands commissioner. Wobeye juma woso. Inti akosemi na esese wo church. Na wunya document. Wunya wo kan wa send pe na wo ho document lichire. Wo ka se wo to assassinate through a judgment, a copy of the judgment and the judgment plan. Inti me say ho sem ne doso. Inti me je say mo amuritie no, mo ho dawuru, munya number na mafre. Mo bi ebetimi aboa no na ya aboa mo. Obi mkonfo so tumi ton sase na wo se wonuanom ensan mama ho kwan na won ama America address there bi onye ne sa wontimi intra America na watro Ghana address ana wontimi use wo American address so wo document so wo Ghana enti na onipa ko bi oreto ama na na ne nua bi no wo be na care of enti be Mr and Mrs Amponsa Mr. and Mrs. Yao Aponsan last so much musu say emiano me pamucho yenchen so everybody can be Mr. and Mrs. Aponsan. Uwodin the law requires say mo betro mo full name and then yawo ahyenso de. Enye sa ochine bi one divorce you obi wo ho a obetimi afre na Mrs. for them Aponsan nti patro mo yenchen de. Na ebeya ma won fa document embre wa brochuri ha na sign ehia bebre me pamucho na wankasa sign na nya obi nso witness infam sign twa ho se sika na nni anya ka ne bi me fa se ofi na ba betua DHL ho ka na de beba o de sign na me se nya hwe obi ni se we de obi ni me signature ochine bi woreton asase na signature na different the registrar will query it or because of your fraudulent act a man so say witnesses na be sign with one dress aka ho solicitor sale obia say lawyer na tintim so na bi o it is done by a lawyer on sheda no ya sase ho adwuma but that is what the law says we are what they are called court na wa koye oath of proof into quick process of issuance of land certificate. First thing is say yes records no onipa ko no return amount no ne dia na we a wa check site inspection obi dan the sisu na wato asase den na woso we a plan amount. So we a publication. Publication is
Hello.
Yeah. Attah Florence
Yes.
from New York.
Yes.
Yo, but your mommy lawyer, so lawyer, but you ain't call back from New York.
yo
So besides some kakra.
yo. Auntie Florence, yetie o.
Oh. Pacho mo frebi a wo pese wo file ma wo mami Dream Act for no. Wo up to now wo man wo hwe e na wo mami no so a wo de wo back ma kra up to now wo nya nkratai but mo file wo gua.
Attah Florence, where you assassin the property who discussion and you know. Mommy lawyer, on your number.
Oh, you offer me number no. Na ye hu se na ye be bua ono afa. Say imra chire se na ye sa ni me nyina nti Auntie Florence imra kwan a ese se wo fa so no. Mema wa hu se na obe na fa. Why?
Okay.
Yo. Yeah, so. Mrs. said that publication eti. What to asase won cran a ese se onipa ko no chire wo se. Odo documents no call lance no. One eye publication. 1 year publication and ese se onipa ko no. Excuse me. Adwuma wo ho onye nwie ye. Enti etimi hu paper wo bodaru no wo mu. Obo hu se mature spectator. Internet is a spectator paper no obefa no obehu udin ewo mu a wo cho npa ko na wo ton ma wo nti a part of the process aban ne hwese na ebe ya nka what to say wunue bi ereton wo papa asase a wetimi akoye den akobo akotro na wa ye say objection mmana ma ho kwan say obetimi ka wasem say asase me ne me kunu na etoy na so mehu say wa ye document ono kwa already or register on the din na why then what the objection about court kakra ho na ye ho adwuma ye beti obi asem obi ho a ne yiri aka baby no nkuto wakoje letter of administration no do ye asase ne ho adwuma ebia se na me kan no papa no ebia na wo ma bi ka ho mmra no ma ho kwan se wo nkuto wo kofa na wo ye ho adwuma enti abusuani hui no wo ye objection ba se asase po ye papa na de ma ye nua bia enye ne yire no kwan ne dia ebusua asase enti the publication gives an opportunity for everybody and anybody to bring up legal ground to be a wonti a bia asase den when you say what dem onipa kun what register dem man bia na what the daw bia na den wo mo court what the court by evidence about the case no court ye jai ho adwuma ye enti me pa cho any publication na esese wo ye into obi ka cho say or a registration amount for title registration esese otimi ka cho say won high publication otimi twa no obre wo ma wo hu me kire mo so say land certificate no say na eden etini we dey a little something for those your Ashanti region. Me nuanom asante fo no pacho uti a wadwene mra ha kakra na wasomra ha kakra. Mpempi na Ashanti region there something that is not known in the greater Accra region for family and student lands allocation letter. Me say Kumasi and Ashanti region there that peculiar issue no because of the historical antecedents we can say historical records and historical reasons they have what we call the allocation letter. In Timpempi, what to assess what Kumasi or hineni become our allocation letter or sign it, and my was within a day was so, but no any document. In Tinkofo Bebre, Ewo Kumasi and Ashanti region, one atoton sase, Ewa ha no krani allocation letter. Okra allocation letter. As I say, allocation letter no what ya we are what the site plan back on, what do photo account, and what ID. Now the Ashanti Hene Land Secretariat into a Jumamu. And Muchi allocation letter now. Although Kumasi and Ashanti region is relatively peaceful because of Otum 4 Sebe na hingwa odi wo ho nintino. Ohon sasensem no eya na ntawantawa ne nọọsụ te se nkran krom. But ni nemu no sana mrana kan esese wo ye nesese wo ye. Enti ehon no so it is quite easy. So be search. We search na problem bi ani wa. Quite a straightforward process. Say na ya den ni say you would drink money, 2 times. You pay drink money to the chief of the area, and then you pay drink money to at the Ashanti Hennes Secretariat and otumfo ne office no ana bibia wo ye nkrata wo ono enti na mai se sika no secretary na ye 2 enti ebi wo ho a wonya allocation letter na wo ha wo ho bio wo ha wo ho bio kra because they said that go copy schedule dey akọ Asante Hene ho akọ but at the current say wo ye wo documents na ewie ni say document inti na ye to asase no. It's because of the document into a registration. No? Otherwise, property nisi ho. How do you pass it on to your children? What is the evidence that just say assassin your dear? It's a pamucho money allocation letter na but would jaipe allocation letter na within the lands. Just when the pakuno sign connect bio obekono na ohine na oton assassin de man. O mami and now papa or your allocation letter no ebia no we obesange tribute. It's like 3 times. The first person your father or your mother bought the land for in maybe 1990 waka baby who try drink money now your allocation letter but one kwa Ashanti Hene ho enti nyame afresa o hene no okwa obeji sika foforo if so kwa Ashanti Hene no obaka so document aye in 1990 dey yentimi fa anya adwuma inti na obesa akọwa echi inti epamucho mo boto asase na mo modern na ehia wo ho ne documentation mo ehia mo enye dan nko an necessary dey ngadwen eden etuso inti we a bit of the process Kumase so they try to lay emphasis on the planning layouts inti obeka chiro se kofo hene ne planning layout bra wan fa mba won koso en register asase ne ma but okolansa wo bebo obebre in Ashanti region so no we hear tax clearance certificate although new law no say obi here 10 a tax identification number Ashanti region you still need a tax clearance certificate now they are registration every. The difference is that in the Greater Accra region one link what tax identification number to your ID into ukra ID na here what tax bia no wotimi de hye but Kumasi they insist on the tax clearance certificate into me bamucho me say kakreya makane for Ashanti region in particular o allocation letter but modern hwese obetimi ayeden awie ho adwuma ne ya whatever it may entail you reading common so make sure me say
lawyer
yeah mre
and come here bisa question but next year me na e bread be next week then come here bisa me
bisa
it's all about allocation when it comes to Kumasi allocation no mo you just say indenture na ye wakra Kumasi nye omo nye saa mo ndene allocation in France what call lawyer how about indenture amount ya the allocation is different from that
you make sure must say I think the next time put me there
next time
if you me aduma me the allocation letter copy better so
okay
into allocation letter the woman say o komampo hene ho a o mampo ho ye ne de ono no wo to me was asase so o kona ne koka utua drink money na ade na eye asase ne kana o ma allocation letter eye letter na what the site plan na aye den account one ye document se na ye kan indenture no mfa ma indenture no wo ye Asante Hene Land Secretariat me patro ye nhye ne so wo ye Asante Hene Land Secretariat the process is that what the whole allocation letter site plan no wo photo and wo ID Ghanaian ID me patro ye hwe ne so what the wo krata wo krom ha ka ho a wo nye citizen into wo Ghanaian ID Ghana card and now wo Ghanaian passport what the be ka ho na wo the Asante Hene Land Secretariat wo wi a na efe wo Asante Hene Land Secretariat ono akoye search which is kind of one akoye search because utum foreign person dey nsa be hye bibia se a ntawantawa wo ho why na assemblary ni ho no what you drink money at the Ashanti Hene Land Secretariat no wo wi a no won a document at the amount and no for no lands commission for no wo ye the wo wi a wo de akọ Asante Hene Land Secretariat no wo de akoma odikro no ana ohene no ana se bia mampo hene ne Now was signing the we are was sang there but utum for hot why then was signing into your hot day one tracy card no one amount indenture at a go. No, they give a land allocation letter. Into Nana me that say we be sanamre sanga chim or my allocation letter. Now of course our steps in name via na asante hini land secretary and lands commission aye indenture the amount. Sinebe utum force betimi eden nsa ahyase asante asase bia woto asante Kumasi ana Ashanti region ohene ne sign a utum force sign a concurring confirming party on a concurring party and then eboa na won so ya sebe ntawantawan endorse because utum for the special na e be say ne office na hwehwe say to a large extent no ntawantawa bi enu asem bi enu na se na won ato ama no sa asase e ward F plot number 2 ana bibisa planning layout bibia wo ho enti first put the Kumasi no ofre on garden city say na near na sasa kakra but na nka wonder we for planning layout in there go recruiting patch obo me enhye no so nyame adoma next week me ba me the copy of allocation letter no ebeto so na ye wie ye nkomo no me pa mo de mo questions ba na me hu na ehia mo ana bibia wo ye diri ma show so okay yes any say na bia do be kwa kosi bibia ehia say kosi na obewie wo document ni ye na mante mo ka dia na ye say emra ne nko na e de ye di ho abobo ana e komonti mo ka share na mo text na obema maso ate na so de me number eto so and me number no e was so enti na utimi efre na enkomo bi a opese ye di no me say number no so na masang there to see na kai 302 373 4838 or fresh or baby na woni America ha with the WhatsApp I still am able to use it now the email is so utimi majoyg8@yahoo.com me say nana say person bi ni ho say ya me say the enkomodi ni besi ha me doma next week ni ya betua so na enkomodi so amene Andrea be ye na say no so nya nkrofo how to become a citizen in America in Ghana who are real beer the processes involved so nyame adoma next week you be di ho sankata why thank you for
your lawyer me da se bebre na ni ananka me pese me kan me da se bebre na Andrea ne nkrofo mo do so pa black Americans me kan won yi ho a ye din won ko Ghana bebre ye black Americans no na I think so odi mo akotini bebre nti question na obisa no am say obisa na so misa ma no ho kwa bebre na no pese onko on land e wo Ghana now friend then ni obisa bisa afa Kumasi de no hono no afo obisa the traditional authority for traditional council o to asase na se won amma document and fact to say na dey say won mehu won ye
you
wo bibisa eda ho sa no so e wo ho nti wo a wo tie me bia wo asase wo no man you know whatever I'm talking about the lawyer you want the process we can ye ho e wo apa ne na wo twen so no be sign aba beto aso bebre yo mo amotwe
there was so my akwanya ina yesu de kakra ye betime ne abedwefo ade ho nkomo ne edi
kra na say ye da was
it's both ways better nyame for the opportunity yo eno nyankopon hwe nyina so
yo
say you best na share
yo ye da se bebre ye da se yo ene bye yo ni ano mo radio no so don sabre no se ni amonim no ye de dwumedi no abenawi and ye you apa next week no so no ye best sign Attah so senior ye no ti answer bre no e be si ha no
driving me crazy. You break my heart when I go wrong. Tell me what you like to.
I think you heard it from the horse's mouth. Those of you living in abroad, let me put the Ghanaians in the diaspora, Africans in the diaspora, because I have some Somali guys who want to go to Ghana to buy land. I have Nigerians who own lands in Ghana. I have Black Americans who want to go and own lands in Ghana or who owns land in Ghana right now. Lawyer number is 302-373-4838. 38. You will see it on Facebook and on YouTube at least by 9 p.m. tonight. So if there's any question or any details about such a thing, you can go ahead and call lawyer for any questions you want to ask, and she'll be able to answer you, because that is why she's here. We want to help the community, whatever it takes to do so. That is why Attah Network is always available with this certain information that will help the community. My name is Charles. You can call me Bokete Officer. This is Attah Network. We will end our show here at this juncture. So definitely tomorrow we are going to have our marriage program. Even your marriage program tomorrow, roughly, like as usual, our time, 8 to 9. Aside that, we also have numerous of activities. We might have Reverend Pastor, Nana Ntiamwa on today from 4 to 5. Maybe. If not, then we will schedule it for tomorrow, for next week. So don't forget, this is Attah Network TV, radio, and we are on TikTok. My name is Charles. You can call me Bokete Officer. We are going to end the show here at the moment. So if you don't hear from us after this song, then all what I'll say is ciao, ciao, ciao.
I need you in my life, oh my sweet.